So you met Otis Clay when you were on your early 20s, and what did you do? You know, how did you get there? You know, from starting the drums, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Florida.
Okay.
A town called Kissimmee, Florida. People call it Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, okay.
But it's right next to Orlando, St. Cloud, in the middle of Florida, Disney World, right in the middle. Orlando, Kissimmee is where I was born, where I grew up. But I knew I didn't want to stay there. I always had a vision of, I got to get out of this place.
How was the music scene back there?
Actually, the music scene was pretty good. There were lots of good bands growing up, and I used to watch all the bands, all kinds of music.
All kinds of music.
But I joined the United States Army. I joined the Army to get away.
Oh, okay.
And when I was in the Army, I had a band together, and we played in Kansas, and when we got out of the Army, we went back to our homes, and we were on the phone. Let's put the band together. And a friend in Chicago, sax player, said, "Come to Chicago. Let's come to Chicago."
It was very warm to see that.
Come to Chicago. We're going to be the next Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's cool.
And we said, yeah, we can do it.
Let's do it.
Then we got to Chicago, and Chicago kicked our ass.
Oh, yeah?
It's like, no, you're not. You're going to be the next McDonald's hamburger maker.
You said how cruel it was.
But the sax player, his wife, and his wife's mother and father let me and the bass player, stay with them at their home.
Okay.
And there was like 7 girls at the home, and all of them sang.
Oh, that's nice.
And one of the oldest ones was singing with Otis Clay. And we said, "Can we go to the rehearsal?" She said, "Sure." And we said, "Can we go to rehearsal?" "Yeah, sure." "Can we go?" And we kept bugging her. "Can we go?" She said, "Yes, yes."
Okay, go.
So we went to the rehearsal.
Okay.
But Otis' band had broke up, and nobody was there except the guitar player.
I see.
And then
you guys were a band.
And she said, "He plays drums and he plays the bass." And he said, "Yeah? Well, I need a drummer and a bass player." And the rest is history.
Wow. Did you know the songs right there?
No, we had to learn his music, of course.
Okay.
And you had to learn how to adapt to his music, to play for him. So it was always a lesson to learn how to play with someone.
See, that's very nice. How was it working with him?
It was
you were meeting an idol kind of.
It was exciting. It was great. We went to Japan with Otis Clay Band, and we recorded a live record in 1978. Otis Clay live in Tokyo.
Wow.
And we recorded the album in Japan. When we returned, we went on a big tour with B.B. King, Bobby Blue Bland, Otis Clay, O.V. Wright, Albert King, Muddy Waters, Little Milton, all these famous Betty Wright, all these famous soul and blues artists. The tour ended in Chicago.
Okay, cool.
And there was an after party, a jam session, and the band that was at the club did not want to do the jam.
Why?
They wanted to be paid.
Ah, okay.
And they said, "Nah, we're not going to do it." But I knew the band leader. His name was Walter Scott.
Okay.
And his band was called the Scott Brothers World. And I said, "Hey, man, can we play your equipment? We'll do it." He said, "You're crazy. You're stupid. You're always doing things. You need to get paid." You know. And we said, "Hey, we want to jam." So all of these artists in the club, we said, "Yeah, we want to jam." So we went up and jammed, and BB liked what he heard and offered us a job.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. How did you manage to did you have to leave Otis Clay in this point? Was it fine leaving?
BB told Otis, I like your band and I'm going to offer them a job. And Otis said, yeah, they're good. You should offer them a job. And he said, I just want to let you know. He was being respectful.
Okay.
He told Otis. Then his band leader came and asked us, hey, his band leader said, I'd like to talk to you, and you know, the drummer, the bass player, and the guitar player. B.B. King would like to hire you guys. We said, he would like to talk to you. He's upstairs. Go up there. We was like, okay. And he offered us the job. And of course, Otis supported that. And we joined B.B. But it took a while, but we eventually ended up getting with B.B.
This is a scene, the kind of scene that we see in movies. Huh?
Yes.
You going up the stairs, I mean, a bit scared and not scared, but I mean,
and then
excited. Eh?
Very exciting because we were so young. We were young in our 20s.
How old were you back at this time?
About 24 years old.
You started very young, yeah.
Yeah, and well, BB was 30 years older than me, I know. So he was 30 years older, and he wanted to get some younger musicians that could play, and he taught us how to play the blues. We knew how to play funk, you know. And
that's your passion back then.
Yeah, I did not want to be in a blues band at all. No. I don't want to play the blues. I want to play.
You thought it was boring.
I thought it was boring. It was boring to me. I wanted to play with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Shining star for you to see what your life can. Shaka Khan, you know, Rufus and Shaka Khan. Tell me something good, you know. Cool in the Gang or funk, you know, Parliament Funkadelic. I want to play in a blues band. And even though B.B. King, I knew he was famous, but I didn't realize how important he was to. If it wasn't for B.B. King and Muddy Waters and those people, wouldn't be any funk.
You're right. I mean, they started.
Blues is the roots of all music in America, black music.
Yeah.
And all music.
Pop music, rock
everything,
music, everything.
Blues, you know, but I did not appreciate the culture, my culture. You know what I'm saying?
You were too young, you think?
I was too young to appreciate it.
I see.
You know, so.